All right. Thank you, Ryan, for joining me today.
Of course, of course. Happy to help.
Just wanted to kind of get into a little bit of background on, what you do, how we came to start working together, and what has come of it.
Yeah, of course. Gosh, so it's been almost 3 years now. That I think we first started working together. We had so I've been in copywriting, content marketing, all of
Hmm.
that kind of stuff for the last 12 years. And I ended up hiring you when I worked at a entertainment SaaS company in Los Angeles, and they had really no writers before, nothing like that, no kind of concept of like really integrated digital marketing. So I knew also the value of SEO for web pages. They had a really outdated website.
Yeah.
So found you guys. I think there was through Upwork, I believe, and yeah, it was great. I think we saw what was it? We started working together end of 2017.
Yeah, and it's
On working together on helping like figure out some other like pages and things like that, and it really kind of snowballed from that even to like larger efforts. I think that we had from that even beyond SEO copywriting, which was just the initial thing that we were thinking of, but there was so much more that we got out of it.
yeah, agreed. And once I kind of dove into what you guys were doing, I realized how much more opportunity there was
Sure,
for growth,
absolutely.
especially being such in such a niche, but also a larger company with a good amount of resources. Um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, it was nice to see kind of the fruits of our labor come to fruition when it comes to generating as much traffic as we did in such a short amount of time.
Absolutely. And I think, didn't we see after what was about like was it 5 or 6 months? Maybe it was less than that, or even beyond that. I think like the summer after we had hired you end of 2017, we had the highest traffic we'd ever seen to our website, which I mean, it's a company that had been around for years before I got there, and they had never seen that much actually, or that much organic traffic to their
Right.
website. Huge for them. I remember the CEO and CRO were all over that.
Yeah, I specifically remember the royalty management
Yep.
stuff. And actually, what are we in 2020? And it's still in the same.
It's still like a high ranking
Yeah,
page and
it's
everything for them. And
still
yeah,
number one, kind of like far and away over the competition who
yeah,
was there at
for
the
sure.
beginning. So yeah, that
Yeah,
was
and it was a pretty small market too. So I think that was a big kind of game changer for them standing out, since there was a couple, other players in the game, and it's a really, like you said, niche market. So kind of it was great to see that visibility for them.
yeah, for sure, absolutely. So from there, can you kind of go into how we evolved past that?
Yeah. So obviously here we are 3 years later. I don't work with that company anymore. I've actually kind of branched out on my own. I remember I thought of you. My mother started her own insurance agency in August of 2018, and I kind of started in 2019 coming over to help her out with things. And I was immediately like, oh my God, there's so much we could help get from Corey for this. It would be great. So yeah, I remember I reached out to you. I don't think it was till earlier, like this year. We had I didn't start working towards the end of like 2019. And then we started like a kind of like a campaign. We were working together on like a monthly kind of basis with things. And then obviously COVID hit. So which kind of threw a wrench in some plans, I think, for everybody, obviously. But yeah, we had a really big it was one of our first, I think, initiatives was working together on getting her own website, working together on content outlines. And it obviously evolved from that. Like I mentioned with COVID, we kind of started getting like moving towards something, and then kind of had to put like kind of put a hold on stuff for right now. But I can't remember, you tell me, was it like we saw a huge, I can't remember the influx in calls, like I can't remember the percentage.
Yeah,
Something
so
like it was a pretty big jump in calls we saw earlier this year. And then of course, like by March, we had to kind of just put a hold on things with COVID. But yeah, it was a huge thing through claiming like Google My Business. We went through that. You helped us claiming all of our listings, other visibility across, different parts of the internet. So yeah, it was huge. I mean, I'm really excited for us to actually, I think we're starting back up again next month in August, which is like 5 days away.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, super excited to restart all of these efforts so we can kind of really build up more call volume and everything for the agency. That'll be great.
Yeah, and ultimately, you know, what obviously our goal is to provide you with more calls from interested prospects, who then, you know, will become clients. And
Sure.
I think what makes the SoCal insurance agency different from Film Track is that we're able to leverage Google Maps and our strategy in a way that we couldn't for a company that wasn't as, you know, location based,
yeah,
right.
Kind of things like that, for sure. And I think that's what's great with it. You were seeing like the value of, you know, how it works in so many different industries, and you know, how you can kind of capitalize on it no matter, you know, like I said, no matter what industry you're in.
Yeah. So could you go into a little bit in terms of just, you know, has anything been easier, harder? You know, what's been the difference, you know, in working alongside of us?
Oh my God. Well, obviously our professional relationship has continued on for the past 3 years. So it's been great. I mean, I think it's everything with, you know, with you and your team always make things a lot easier. You know, and it's, I mean, beyond that too, of even just working stuff for my mom's agency, I like that you and I can work together on other projects outside of that, which is really awesome. So, in my opinion, it's all, it's all great. It's been great. It's just, you know, it's sometimes hard when it's just one person trying to take on everything. So I find it really valuable that, you know, I can tap in to you and your team, you know, having that additional help on that end. Even though I have some marketing experience, it's just easier. So it's not so much of an overload all the time. So it's been nothing but great. And like I said, I mean, now we're having new projects that we're going to start embarking on for both of our businesses. So I'm super excited.
Awesome. Yeah, as am I. It's obviously been, you know, an awesome 3 years, you know, working with you. And, you know, the rapport is something that we really, really value, especially I value, you know, being able to, you know, keep in contact like this and have a kind of working relationship so that it, you know, evolves beyond just singularly business, but, you know, we're invested in, you know, helping both you and your mom, you know,
of course.
Life, I mean, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, no, of course. And I think what's the great thing too is, you know, I mean, we both, it's like kind of like you're kind of a segue from that is trying to offer referral businesses on both ends, which has been a really awesome kind of thing too. So yeah, it's been great. I mean, like I said, we're going to probably be soaring into 2021 too. I don't know why I said probably. We definitely will be soaring into 2021 with you. So yeah, of course, it'll be really. It's been highly valuable, and like you said too, on the note of the reports, you guys are so easy to communicate with. You're so quick to responses on things. Like I think that's one thing I value so much. I've worked with vendors in the past where you're trying to get people to respond to your emails or your texts or things, and so it's great when the communication is effortless. I think that's really, really helpful in, you know, people that you work with. So yeah,
well, I appreciate that, and obviously appreciate you.
Of course.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks so much.
And looking forward to obviously 2021.
Me too. I know we can get rid of the COVID crisis.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.